We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back.
Hi.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Welcome back to an episode of King's Court. I'm your host, Richie King, Bad Man of Comedy. My friend, my compadre, my cohort there, the Commander. What's up, Commander?
Oh, living the dream. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Anxious to get back on the air to see who we can make mad again this week.
Yeah. Don't really care. They won't put their name out there ananyway,
Yeah.
because they know they're lying through their teeth.
Yeah, the heck.
But we have a way of
finding
finding out who's anonymous is. Punk motherfucker. I make predators into prey, so keep playing around me. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of King's Court. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do our missing persons of local today. It's a bizarre case, and hopefully they're found. We got some memes, and we're gonna talk about deer season. The requirements of Hunter Orange, the best rifle to use, things like that. How much power does a game warden have? Because there's a lot of debate on the powers of a game warden, and so we're gonna try to help people out with that. Not really solve a debate because people believe what they want, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Okay, first out of the gate, our old buddy Dean Cerny. Hey, Dean, what's up?
Hey, Dean, glad you're with us.
My brother Redneck Aho in the house. Welcome, brother. Hello, fellas. And then BJ Reed. All right, BJ's in the house.
Yay.
Yeah, behave yourself. BJ's in the house. Okay, let's go over here and let's do our missing persons. First of all, local out of Cameron, within the last 24 hours, these two came up missing. Okay, now me and Commander talking about one's supposed to live in Hamilton, but they got them both down living in Cameron. All right, so take a look at the picture. Okay, now I'm going to read this to you. The Cameron Police Department is requesting public assistance in locating two missing juveniles who are believed to be together. Okay, they're not together. That's what they're saying. 15-year-old Lexi Schreck, described as a 5'3" tall female weighing approximately 110 pounds with brown hair, blonde streaks, and blue eyes. She was last seen between 1 and 2 a.m. this morning. After leaving her residence in Cameron, Lexi was wearing pink camouflage pajamas, bottoms, a black shirt or black t-shirt, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. 17-year-old William Hicks is described as a 5'8" tall male, weighing approximately 158 pounds with brown hair, blue eyes. William was last seen at approximately 11 p.m. Central Time after leaving the residence in Cameron. He was wearing a white t-shirt, black sweatpants, black shoes, and a tie-dye hoodie. At this time, their whereabouts are unknown, but it's believed the two may be together. If you have any information regarding the location of Lexi Schreck or William Hicks, please contact the Cameron Police Department at 816-632-6521 or leave an anonymous tip by calling 816-632-TIPS. Your assistance is greatly appreciated in helping us bring Lexi and William home safely. Let me go back here one more time. There's a picture.
Get a good look.
If anybody knows where these two kids are, don't hesitate. Those of you want to be anonymous, there you go. You leave an anonymous tip.
I mean, it was just last week, two 12-year-old girls. They found them in Indiana and got them back home. So
yeah, I've seen that. One of them was, they got an 11-year-old that was taken too. 11-year-old was some type of pervert guy. Keep your pecker out of kids. That's all I tell you. Dean says, we have 3 counties in Ohio that are considering canceling deer season due to severe EHD outbreak. Okay, what are they calling EHD? I've never heard that term.
Yeah, we got the CWD here, the chronic waste disease.
Yeah.
That's only in certain counties now.
Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of that, although I guess it's coming back around. So, yeah. I want to thank everybody watching Comedy Vets on YouTube, Comedy Vets on Facebook, and Backwoods Veterans Media out of Oregon. Thank you all for turning around. We are a nationwide show. We go all over the planet. We get a lot of views all over the planet. And we thank you all for tuning in. A lot of things have been said, but don't worry about what they say. If they can't put a name on something and tell the truth, they can kiss my ass, and Commanders too. We're here to help people. If you want to report something of our video, report the missing persons. Help get some of these people home and found. Okay. And keep playing is all I'm saying. Anyway, so let's go on here. Let's get the news and memes. All right, here we go. This is for the mothers out there. Today is Remember Your Mom Day. Let the candle glow bright for all the moms we lost, but we'll never forget. My mom's passed. My mother-in-law passed in 2016. Great woman. Didn't get enough time with her. Family situation was, not good. You ever wonder what a squirrel attack is like?
Oh, I shudder the thought.
Oh, you just lose sleep, huh? Well, here you go.
No.
Here you go. Did you ever hold? Did you know if you hold a squirrel up to your ear, you can hear what it's like to be attacked by a squirrel? Hold it to your ear. I'm pretty sure you'll feel it too.
You'll feel it also.
I guarantee you. Hold it to your ear. Go ahead. Hold it to your ear.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Do you ever get caught up? You ever get up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and think, "This can't be accurate." Yeah, the older you get.
Yeah. Well, gets horrifying.
All right. I'm going to show you two good-looking cars here. You tell me top or bottom. Man, that's a hard decision.
I know, but I got to go with the top one.
Yeah, top.
I got to go. I got a soft spot for the ragtop.
Yeah, and you kind of like the 56 version. I had a 57 Chevy Hot Wheels. I had quite a few of them. They were red and white. I just like the 50. I'm not a Chevrolet fan, but if I did, that 57, I think I'd choose the bottom one. But listen, both of them two are awesome cars. You can't tell me you wouldn't own one if somebody gave you one.
I know that's right.
Those things are beautiful.
You'd learn to love the one you didn't like.
Yeah, that you would. Right. Okay. Couple more cars here. Let's check these out. You got three different styles: 55, 56, 57. The 55 looks like something out of James Bond, or it should be in a redneck version of James Bond.
Yeah.
There's your 56.
Yep,
and that's the bottom 57. Like. That's the same kind of Hot Wheel as what I had on the bottom. The red ones like that with the white stripe. Those are all gorgeous cars.
Yeah, they are.
And the fact these are 57s and they still look like that today, I mean, somebody took a lot of pride in them.
Yes, they did.
They don't
a lot of pride or a lot of restoration went on.
Hey, yeah. Well, they don't live out by me, I can say that. You going down my road. That 56 is gorgeous in this picture.
Yeah, it is.
That 57 good looking too. I couldn't hardly pick. I guess I'll stick with 57, but you can't go wrong with any one of them cars.
I wonder if those seats on that 56 are all red, or if they're red and then the seat in the back is the red and white checkerboard. So they ran both styles of seats back then. It'd be nice to see the inside.
The hell? Computer's fucking up again. Let's go back over here a second.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see. Let me see here. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Ain't no need to have nobody's back. It's people just need to shut up, quit lying. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Kawina. That's her name. She explained to me the other night they had a paranormal investigation at my house, and we're waiting on the results to solve the dilemma. You know, who's right and who's wrong. But she explained her name is Kawina. Kawina. That's her name. Kawina. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, thanks for joining us. A lot of CWD claims are actually EHD. EHD is spread by the mid-biting of the deer, and it affects the deer's brain. It's almost always fatal. Okay, so it's about the same thing as CWD. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Dean.
Thanks for clarifying that. Appreciate it.
A little counter from my mom. Excellent. Bottom. Dean wants a bottom. Dean also likes 57. Tim likes 57. Okay. Excellent.
That's okay. I'll stand by myself. I'm used to it.
What
Somebody
is
out there
going?
hit 56. Yeah.
What is going on here? I can't get down my other ones. This thing is, I swear to everything.
Not allowed to have pooter problems.
There we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Now we're going to do our memes today.
Is it true that the victim was shot 10 times and kicked twice?
That's true.
And have you reached any conclusions?
That the kicks weren't necessary.
think?
Kicks wasn't necessary. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We'll have internal affairs check right into that.
Next thing they're gonna be banning boots because you're kicking people boots. Boots hurt.
People, yeah, you got to patrol barefoot now so you don't hurt them.
Ban culture. All right. Here's some of the best of Family Feud answers.
Name something you want to get rid of, but it refuses to go away.
My mother-in-law.
Her mother-in-law, who's watching. Name something a woman and bacon might have in common.
Their smell.
Yes. Bacon smell good, man.
Sure does.
Women smell good, man. Their smell. When a magician is scanned at the airport security, what might they see he has in his pants?
You might have a chicken, Steve. A chicken. A rubber chicken.
A chicken.
Chicken. Rubber chicken.
The magician. A chicken.
Yes.
That ain't no damn chicken. That's a dove. Nobody, no damn chicken. What did you thought it was a chicken?
It's a bird. A chicken is a type of bird.
The chicken. Name something a wife does in the house that makes her husband hide in the basement.
I mean, I go running when she starts singing. Good answer, too.
You're watching this live. She can't cook. I got one better than that, Steve. She can't sing either. Connor can't sing. Name a place where you see happy wives with their unhappy husbands.
At a jewelry store.
At a jewelry store.
I disagree with the jewelry store. I enjoy taking my wife shopping for jewelry.
Yeah, we like to go in and snoop around and look at things we can't afford.
Yeah.
That's the fun part of it.
It is. All right, here we go.
They say that if you accelerate a human body to super...
Now, first of all, let me say, if you're out there believing this,
Go back to school and retake physics.
this is a test done by Mythbusters. I used to love watching them guys on there, man. They spit a lot of stuff and proved a lot of things too. But this is one of the videos they disproved. So only Superman can run through a wall.
They say that if you accelerate a human body to supersonic speed, you can pass through walls as easily as Superman. To test the idea's feasibility, Susan decided to run a supersonic acceleration experiment. For the test, they laid a 50-meter launch track and built what looked like a very solid concrete wall at the end. Because no volunteer would sign up, they had to use this rubber dummy instead. Anyone who's smashed into walls a lot should know. To pass through a wall, you would have to vibrate your body's molecules at extremely high speed. Only when the vibration frequency and the interaction frequency of the wall's molecules reach some kind of resonance or interference can an unharmed passage be possible. For propulsion, the experiment used 10 aviation rockets attached to the dummy. Each produced a terrifying amount of thrust. That force was enough to push the dummy's impact speed above 80 miles per hour, twice the speed of the fastest high-speed trains in our country. Hey, such an exciting video. Are you still watching it alone? The magazine is full of beautiful girls of every type. There's sure to be someone you like. Single brothers. Go check it out. The dummy slammed into the wall at 130 kilometers per hour. They assumed that with that extreme speed, it would surely penetrate the barrier. But at the instant the dummy hit the wall, a huge burst of energy detonated. The focal area trembled, a flash of light spread, and the dummy instantly disintegrated and vaporized. So, supersonic speed doesn't necessarily let you walk through walls, but it can really make someone disappear.
It can make you disappear.
You think? Them guys, man, them guys are awesome. They test all them theories out, and all them people like that. That is just incredible. It really is incredible. You guys hit like and share if you appreciate y'all so much. I want to thank our sponsor, PNC Concrete. PNC Concrete for all your concrete needs, flat works, curbs, foundation, printing, whatever you need done, imprinting, whatever you need done. Call PNC Concrete. Catch them on Facebook. Look them up. They got all their stuff they do on most all the stuff they do online. Check them out. Contact PNC Construction. They're good concrete people. All right. Now we're gonna talk a little bit. First of all, Travis Eldridge, fan of the show, put on here. Turner says right here. Says thanks guys for coming to Turn Point USA event the other day. They had a parade lined up in Cameron, Missouri, and went all the way over to Hamilton, and they met down at the VFW outdoor event. Large crowd. It was a pretty good sized crowd from all around the area. People came. It was a celebration of Charlie Kirk. Had some ministers there, gave some Bible verses, and they sang some songs. It was a real two thing. They had people that were taking pictures. I believe Heath Gilbert, I think, was running the camera. Travis, he was there. He was in charge of the parade. They had a lady that put this on. The only problem I had with it, they needed a better speaker system. You couldn't hardly hear him outside. And we all know a guy that's got some good speaker systems. But,
yes, we do.
Blew him outside real good. Yeah, I ain't gonna mention no names, but Commander knows him.
Yeah, I know him real well. I got connections, so get a hold of me.
Commander can testify. It's a swell speaker system, but they did a great job. Whether you like Charlie Kirk or not, memorial service, man. If you missed it, that's on you. But it was a pretty good service. Cut into football, Monday Night Football. So if I stayed and missed Monday Night Football, it must have been a good time. Shelley says it's a nice service. It was nice service. It really was. So I want to say thank you guys on that for anyone to come out. All right. Today's mystery is we're going to solve a debate. You heard a lot of people talk about how much power game wardens have, the power to arrest you, power to do this, power to do that. We're going to talk about the best caliber rifle to humanely use. A lot of people want to spend a lot of money on a rifle. Don't really have to. But certain rifles you don't want to hunt with, a deer, because it's just unethical. Right. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to get to a debate about if you're in your blind, do you have to wear hunter orange in your blind? A lot of people say no. Some laws say yes. Some laws say 50-50. So we're going to cover all that in just a second. They had 300,000 attendance in Arizona and over 500,000 watching online. I heard it was millions watching on the millions because they counted around the world too. A bunch of millions and 300,000 attendance. Man, that's pretty good. Pretty good little event. That's just, he was wrongfully shot for words, It's too bad. Okay, so let's go back to our things. I'm gonna play a couple clips from game warden. I got or not a game warden. A guy got TikTok who explains about the game warden rights, game warden laws. Here we go.
All right, I did a video where I talked about game wardens.
Wrong one.
All my life, I've heard that game wardens, they don't have to follow the Constitution. If the police can't find a way to get in, they just call a game warden. Game warden says they're looking for illegal game, and they can search without a warrant, without probable cause, because game wardens get to do that. Is that true? Do game wardens get to throw the Constitution aside and just do whatever they want? Nope, they do not. Here in Arkansas, there's even some game wardens that thought that, and that's why we have cases like State versus Allen, State versus Pickle. That's not their fault. They were told that they could do that. But game wardens, just like any other law enforcement officer, must follow rules. And those rules are to seize someone, they must have reasonable suspicion that a crime is being committed, or it has to be pursuant to a neutral plan that takes away from them the discretion to decide who they want to stop. So they can't just drive around saying, I think I'll stop that one. I think I'll stop that one. There has to be a neutral plan in place, or they have to have reasonable suspicion, just like any other officer. And when it comes to searches, same thing. They don't get to search just because they want to. There has to be probable cause, a warrant, or one of the exceptions to a warrant for game and fish, just like with any other law enforcement.
Okay. You guys have heard the rumors that game wardens, they can, they can park outside and walk on your land on foot and stuff like that. That's not the case. And he said he's from Arkansas. I know Missouri, they still got to have certain reasons. They just can't do, what they say they can do. They do have limited powers. But they got powers. Okay. Let's not get fooled. They can investigate other crimes and stuff like that. And here we go to part 2 of this video.
All right, I did a video where I talked about game wardens and how game wardens, in spite of the myths that are out there, are still subject to the Constitution. They are law enforcement. They are the government, which means they still have to abide by the Constitution. And I had a lot of people jump in the comments, and people started asking about the open fields doctrine. Well, the open field doctrine isn't just for game wardens, it's for any police officer. And it was established in a case called Hester a long time ago, almost 100 years ago. And then reestablished and talked about in a case called Oliver in about 1984. And so the open fields doctrine essentially says, look, you have the right to privacy, and you have the right to privacy in your home and the curtilage, and that's the area immediately surrounding your home. But way out here in an open field, well, you don't have as much privacy rights. So Oliver and Hester set up the proposition that police, even if it's posted, can go into an open field and walk around without a warrant. Now, if you've got an outbuilding out there, a barn, something like that, they can't just go rummaging through it. They are still restricted by the Constitution, but the Supreme Court has said that the open field doctrine, it's reasonable for officers. And remember, the Constitution stops unreasonable searches.
All right. So we're going to talk about those things here real quick. How much power does a game warden have? Well, according to Google, and Google's free, how much power does a game warden have? Does he have power to arrest you for drugs? Does he have power to do murder investigations? Can he come on your land? Somebody call him? Do they have the right to walk out there when you're hunting? Well, first of all, there ain't no game warden in his right mind going to walk in the woods and don't know where he's going if someone's hunting. Okay, they're not that damn dumb. They'll try to catch you when you're coming out. Okay, because coming out's where they get most of the violations. So, people are like, they walk into my deer stand. I've never in my life. Now, I'm not saying they have, but where I hunt, I've never had a game warden walk up to my deer stand. You got people with loaded guns. They just won't. They not only is it silly, but they just won't do that. Okay, but let's bring up something else here. Okay. It says, how much power does the game warden have? Let's just go with the state of Missouri. The other states have the same rules, don't apply. In the state of Missouri, game wardens called conservation agents have broad law enforcement powers, including warrantless searches of containers, warrantless. Means they don't have to have a warrant to search your containers and a vessel. If they have reason to believe wildlife is illegally possessed, the ability to seize illegal wildlife, and the power to arrest for general crimes within a conservation area. Okay. They can't pull you over for speeding, and they can't just randomly search for drugs. That's not their job. Okay. They act as general peace officers, enforcing laws related to hunting, fishing, boating, and habitat, and can investigate most crimes and make arrests if it's on the wildlife side. Okay. But here's some specific powers and authorities. They do not need a warrant. A conservation agent can search a creel, game bag, boat, and other containers without a warrant if they have reasonable belief the wildlife is being taken unlawfully, possessed, or concealed. Now, understand something. That reasonable belief can be different from you to me to them to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Commander and I might have different opinions of reasonable belief. Okay, so that's the clause. How they get away with a lot of this stuff. That is the clause right there. Reasonable belief. Okay. Seizure. Agents can seize any wildlife found to be illegal possession or control a violator. And illegal possession can mean simply not tagged, or like more rabbits than you're supposed to have, more squirrels than you're supposed to have. If you're shooting them with the wrong weapon, like I know some places when you turkey hunt, for example, you're supposed to use a shotgun with certain shot, no 22. Some I don't know how all states. I know Missouri you cannot use a 22. No people to have. Okay. Arrests. It says they have the authority to arrest individuals for most crimes, not just wildlife violations, particular on conservation areas. Okay. So if you're doing drugs in a conservation area, you can get your butt and get arrested and quick. Okay. Vehicle impoundment. In some cases, conservation agents can impound vehicles or weapons used for illegal harvesting. I know a big one I've heard a lot lately is if you got these rifles that can hold more than 3 shots. Okay, they say they want you can't take that rifle hunting, or you better have a longer plug where it only holds 3 rounds, 3 shotgun rounds. Okay, I know guys got shotguns that hold 8 rounds, and they stuff them full. Technically, that's illegal, and they have got people on that. So think about that when you go when you go hunting. Okay, general law enforcement. Beyond wildlife laws, they enforce regulatory and boating and habitat prevention, and act as a primary law enforcement presence on conservation land. Okay, checkpoints. Conservation agents have the authority to conduct traffic checkpoints similar to police. Now, again, they're having checkpoints. We're looking for illegal game, untagged deer. And they've made it easier to tag deer now over the phone. Okay, so they can call right in and see if you tagged a deer. They got ways of doing that now. So everything, a lot of that's online. You can still, I think, attach your hard copy, I believe. But
yeah, you still have to attach your hard copy.
And also call them in. Okay, so
right.
That's good. All right. They educate the public on hunting, fishing, and wildlife laws through preservations and outsearch programs. They can also assist landowners with habitat management on their properties. I know some of them. I know a game warden one time. The guy get a pond. He wanted to build a pond. He didn't know all the rules, so the agent come out and helped him figure out, how to build a nice pond with an overflow and all that stuff, and where to get the grants to do it with. So that was pretty cool. Also, they got programs. You can plant certain land and get tax back from the government. The government will pay you to plant certain crops that helps the habitat, deer and turkey. They have information on that. They may assist law enforcement agencies and can be deputized to enforce federal laws. Okay. So that's basically their rights, their rules in a nutshell there. Okay. So we'll go back. We'll talk a little bit about that. Commander, what do you think so far?
Well, the the guy from Arkansas was talking. Of course, all states vary from state to state, and I've been checked by game wardens in the past, fishing, and when it comes to a shotgun, of course, shotguns, if they don't have the plug, will hold more than 3 rounds. All they ever did was said, just need to check, make sure you got your plug in there, sir. And they would tilt the shotgun back and forth, and they wanted to hear that little wooden plug, which is just a little dowel rod in there, sliding back and forth. If they don't hear that, then they're going to take the barrel out of it. They're going to check and just make sure it ain't hung up. You better have that plug in there. They will, on public hunting land, they will get out and walk. If you're going, not public land, let me rephrase that. On state land, that's where the public can go in and hunt. Okay. That's open to hunting, and only certain game is open to hunting. Game wardens will get out and walk that. And of course, you know, I'm a legal hunter. You're a legal hunter. 99.9% of everybody out there is a legal hunter, and they're not going to have a problem if a game warden approaches them. You know, it's only going to be the guy that's doing something that he shouldn't do. And to me, those game wardens are not stupid. They can pick up on that, and that's going to give them a reason to want to check a little deeper. I've never had them. I've been in a no lead shot zone before, and they say we need a shotgun shell, and they'll put a magnet on it to make sure it's steel shot. You know, and then they're on their way. You know, that's all. They say, have a good day. Have you got some game? Yeah, well, here's what I got. Rabbits, squirrels, whatever season it is, ducks, geese. They want to check your limit. You know, I don't have a problem. I mean, they can check me wherever, whatever. They can look in my vehicle if they want to. I ain't got anything to hide because I'm a legal hunter. Okay, I'm going to follow the game laws.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, and I think you know, I think it's getting too. I think that the game wardens have a very difficult job to do, and their whole job is to make sure that the hunters out there are being safe, that the right amount of game is being harvested, so that we don't be overpopulations of game. Same way with fish, and their job is more than just going out there and trying to find somebody to write a ticket to. I mean, they're looking out for the population of the game to make sure that it's a good, clean kill. You know, that you're being a courteous and safe hunter, and I think it's more along those lines. And like I said, I don't have a problem with a game warden walking up to me at any point in time anywhere, honestly. But that's just me.
And Dean covered right here. It's the same way in Ohio. He says up here, and he lives in Ohio. You have to have a plug in your gun.
Yep.
You can't just walk around with 3 rounds and walk around the woods. That's not considered. And Dean's right. Same way in Missouri, because guns still have the capability of loading more than 3 rounds. It is tickable. Absolutely, Dean. It is true. And I'm glad to see it's the same law up there as here. The problem I have with conservation is a lot the price that keeps going up. Okay, and crazy. they don't tell you, like used to be not so long ago. If you had 5 continuous acres or more, you got a free farm tag. Okay, a couple of years ago, I didn't know the law changed. I went in to get them. They said you can't get them where you got to have 19 consecutive acres to get a farm tag, which I was pissed off because they didn't tell nobody about it. You never know these things. That little booklet comes out and it's already too late. However, I got lease land. I leased some land and I hunt it as well. So I got to buy a tag for it anyway. So it didn't make me no difference because now one tag will still fit all, you know, my private land and lease land. So that's fine. I buy a lot of tags. You know, I spend $50-$60 on tags because I get my turkey and all that stuff too. But I wish they would change some of the rules, you know, on some of the hunting. Like you and I talk about, you know, we try to be ethical hunters. They got a whole lot of weapons you can use, a whole lot of weapons you can't use, and things like that. So check your books, your little pamphlets. You can get them at Walmart, wherever you get to buy your tags. They got things that you can't use. One weapon it's crossed over is a crossbow. Crossbow, you can use it during firearm season. and you can use it during bow season here in Missouri. Anyway, I don't know where it is, where you guys are in your states, but a crossbow is a very utility weapon, and you can use it wherever. It's got a lot of utility to it. So,
Yeah, it
We'll
used
get-
to
we'll
be
get on with
considered firearm because it had a stock on it at one point in time, so you could only use it during firearm season. But
Yeah.
then they got that all changed around. Thanks to game wardens, the Department of Conservation is the one that lobbied and got that changed for the hunters, not a
Right.
group of hunters doing it.
Right,
So-
right. See, and that's one time. Well, I agree with the game warden. Reality
Yeah.
becomes, brother. Thank you guys for joining us. Says, I
Yeah.
wonder how they decided on 3 rounds in your shotgun. After 2 rounds, the dove is already out of range. Yeah, and if you need more than 3 rounds to shoot a deer or shoot a dove anyway, you just won't quit hunting that particular dove. Okay.
If you can hit it, I've done a lot of bird hunting in my time, but if you can hit a dove, you can hit anything.
Right.
They
Right.
don't
And that's
fly in a straight line. I'm telling you.
some that's some of the rules I think are, who cares? But
Yeah.
pay attention to them, because I mean, ignorant, they don't care if you don't know. That's not
Yeah.
that's not their problem. Okay.
No.
I got nailed one year. I had a couple guys give me a bass. They only had one. We had a couple more, so we took it. Right. I didn't measure it. Didn't care. It was a ½ inch under where it was supposed to be. Okay. I can't put it. I had to throw it back. It's called a slot rule. If it's between
Yeah.
12 and 15 inches, you can't keep, which is ignorant to me, because you keep the smaller ones and the monster ones. You can't keep the in between ones. But I guess because here they're the breeding size, right?
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's perfect for the spawning season. It's between
Yeah,
12
so-
and 15 inches.
this was 12.5 inch long bass. I had it on there. I didn't check it. I got a ticket for it. I think it's ignorant rule, but whatever. That's the only thing you catch that day. Then you go. I guess you're going hungry. Dean says it's a waterfowl act. They limit the 3rd rule for waterfowl. Yeah.
I'll
and-
tell you a crazy fishing law that they got. Okay, and I haven't fished for crappie in a long time, but crappie used to be 30 crappie plus 1. Why don't you just call it 31 crappie? What's this 30 plus 1? Just say 31 crappies, all you can have. What's the 30 plus 1?
Yeah,
I couldn't get a game warden to give me an answer to that one. He just shrugged his shoulders and laughed.
Well, a lot of people that don't know nothing about hunting, a lot of times are making these rules and laws in it, and they don't know.
They don't know squad.
Okay, they don't. But that's funny. Or that what they have a couple years back. I said you're allowed up to 45 fish
Yeah.
at one time, all fish combined, but you better not have 45 fish.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I mean, I go up and scratch the sign. Is this a misprint? What? And then and then like certain bass you can have, certain bass you can't have.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, okay.
Now let's get on to some more the laws
Okay.
here. So we're going to talk about the laws about hunter orange. A lot of people hate this rule. I am one of them. I'm going to go on record and say I hate it. I don't like it. I differ. I think deer can see them. They say they can't. They say there's scientific evidence they can't see orange. I think they can see. I was told they see shades. Okay,
Yeah.
and orange colors is still shade. It's still a shade to me. They got great vision. I mean, they got great hearing and great smell. Okay, and they can see things move. Well, you can see a block move more than you can camouflage, in my opinion. I know why it's there for safety, but if you're hunting on private land, there's no one around, and you're sitting in the blind, you shouldn't have to wear it. Dean said fishing. What makes me so mad is if a fish is undersized, but it dies, you can't keep it. I know you got to throw it back in there dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, Dean. They said, what feeds the turtles? Well, turtles need to go down to the supermarket and get his own fish. I wasted bait and caught that damn thing,
Let turtle go catch his own.
Yeah, that's right, Dean. Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay.
Uh,
All right. Let me see where you're at. What are you seeing? You seeing seasons? Rules and regulations. We're not seeing this here. Hold on, man. I'm on the wrong side. No, I'm not. Okay. This is hunter orange laws require hunters to wear fluorescent orange or pink clothing to increase visibility and prevent accidents during firearm season, hunting season. You can't wear pink here in Missouri. Okay, that's not accurate.
Yeah.
Regulations are determined at the state level by people who don't hunt. and variety and vary regarding the amount of orange required, which species, and being hunted during the specific season. Okay, the general rules and common exceptions. Purpose: the internet, or excuse me, the intent of the hunter orange is to make hunters more visible to other humans. Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. Deer and other game perceive this color as gray. No, not according to Google. That's not accurate. So it does not make hunters more conspicuous animals. Yes, it does. Every time I wear orange, okay, I got to make a long range shot. When I don't have orange on in the timber, they come almost up to me. So, and I know a lot of people have the same experience. They really can't get close to them with orange on. They see it moving. All right, but that's neither here nor there. That's a different story. Firearm season. In most states, hunter orange is required during firearm seasons for big game like deer, elk, and bear. The rules often apply to all hunters and companions in the field, regardless of the game they are pursuing, if a firearm season is open. Now, I'm not sure about the rabbits and things like that, about the orange. Okay. But I know deer season, I know you don't have to do turkey season. I think you have to during dove and season. Anytime you're in the weeds, you can't see somebody. It's probably a good idea to have the orange on anyway. I agree with that. Elevated stands and blinds. Okay, here's where a lot of states differ. Dean, you might have a different opinion on a different rule out there where you are. Some states have exemptions for hunters in elevated stands, while others require them to wear orange when traveling to and from their stand. Ground blind hunters may be required to display a certain amount of orange on the outside of their blind. And this can get tricky, okay? Because elevated stands, we call them blinds too. All right, but blinds are normally on the ground, okay? Public versus private land. Some states like Florida have different requirements for public and private land. In Florida, hunters orange is mandatory on public land, but recommended on private land. I wish Missouri would do that same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hunter pink. Hunter fluorescent pink is legal and approved for use as an alternative to orange in many states. Not here.
Not Missouri.
Now, some states have a weird ass rule. Okay. State specific examples. Regulations vary significantly by state. For instance, Missouri requires hunters to wear a solid hunter orange hat and a solid hunter orange outer garment, with vest, jacket, whatever, visible from all sides during specific firearm season. Means you can turn 360 and still see all your orange. Camouflage orange is not acceptable, which is it's cool as hell, but you cannot wear it, they say, which I think that's crazy. Texas, now here we go. Texas requires at least 400 square inches of hunter orange, including headgear, with a minimum of 144 square inches visible on both the chest and the back of the public hunting lands. 144 square. Who the hell's got time? Anyway, okay. Colorado mandates 500 square inches of solid blaze orange or pink outerwear above the waist, including a hat, and does not count camouflage orange. Wisconsin requirements during firearm deer season is that at least 50% of outer clothing above the waist, including a hat, must be blaze orange or pink, and camouflage is acceptable. In Pennsylvania, firearm hunters need at least 250 square inches of solid fluorescent orange on the head, chest, and back, and blind users must display 100 square inches of orange outside the blind during firearm season. Somebody look up how much 100 square inches would be for me, and convert that over inches, please. Just out of curiosity.
You go back to that camouflaged orange. I remember about 20 years ago when that camouflaged orange first came out, guys were buying that like crazy.
Yeah.
And they were getting tickets like crazy because the game wardens were saying, no, it has to be uninterrupted orange all the way around. And the camouflage is not uninterrupted. And they were getting they were getting fined for it, and
Yeah,
a lot of guys were mad.
and some of that stuff costs quite a bit of money. I spend hundreds of dollars on deer season here. It's like a federal holiday at my house now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It says, Chuck, your local your regulations, always consult official sources such as state departments of conservation and wildlife for the most current specific regulations in the area and the game you plan to hunt. All right. Let me get out of this so we can talk now. Dean says, he says, I think gun hunters should wear orange and anyone else in the woods during gun season. Okay, so he thinks gun hunters should wear. He's all for it. Okay, and that's fine. During gun season up here on public land make remote eye look like a county fair. That's why I only bow hunt orange. Okay, that's why he only bow hunts.
Okay.
Hey, I know a lot of people do. Pretty sure deer can smell the color orange.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm telling you, they got
I'm
a
more-
snooter on them, man. I'm telling
yes,
you.
they do. They can smell from miles away. They say, ours is to and from. Okay, so anywhere is to and from, but they recommend putting orange somewhere on your stand or blind. Okay, I know a guy put red tape on his ground blind when he was in there, but other hunters didn't know his system. He's in there or not, and so the game warden didn't give him a ticket. He gave him a warning for it. He said red don't matter because he thought, put red on the string so we identify them when we go with lights. We can see the strings when we hit the blind. And people think that's good enough. Apparently, they want orange. Orange gets. I'm telling you, I don't agree with that rule at all. And then Dean says, ours is just an orange vest requirement somewhere, an orange hat too. If I was going to wear orange, I'd rather wear the orange hat.
Yeah,
than wear an orange
I've
vest.
got both. I got a solid orange vest, and I got a cap, same one I've had for almost 30 years, and I still wear it every year, and I just can't see buying anything else.
Right. My brother says we got a place called Taj Mahal. Okay, it can hold up to 3 men stand up in this thing. It's an old It's an old playground. We converted it to deer stand, right? By the way, we got to get out there and fix one pole on that deal. Anyway, he says the Taj Mahal is orange free. It's all you see is a couple of heads sticking over the top of the railing. So, I mean, and it's got a netting around it, so you can see through that. Wow! If you're shooting that, if you can't see that blind when the neighbors are shooting, they don't need to be hunting. Wear both, Dad. Be safe. Sweetheart, that's my daughter. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Don't doubt what to do no more.
But that's the way daughters are.
Yeah, no. She's damn sure looking out. Dean said, I just use orange ratchet straps on my ladder stand. Okay, and the property marker orange tape about a foot along the top of the blind. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I mean, excellent. That's a great idea, Dan.
Good idea.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so now we're going to go on here. We're going to talk about that. Do hunters have to wear orange inside a blind? Okay, because it touched on it, but it didn't really say anything. So we're going to talk about this. Okay, we're going to display some myths. Now here, and again, every state is different. This one here is just going to talk about Missouri laws. All right, here we go. Around here, this is Gomer Township. That's the township where I live at in the state of Missouri. You must wear hunter orange in a blind during firearm deer season, elk and bear season. This includes a hunter orange hat and an outer shirt or vest or coat with solid blaze orange requirement, not camouflage orange. You can remove your outer garment, which makes no sense. They tell you have to wear it in the blind, and they tell you can remove it. Okay, you can remove your outer garment to a hat once inside the blind, but it must be plainly visible for all sides. You got to leave your hat on in there. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not sure that all happens, because when you're inside that blind, it's got to be dark. It's got to be black in there where nothing can see in there. That's the purpose of a blind. You don't open all sides anyway on a blind. I don't, because you see your silhouette through there. Okay, so the purpose of the blinds, if you read them, you only open like two sides. like a triangle part if you have to, and you sit back in the dark. Season. Let me see. This rule applies during the firearm seasons for deer, elk, and black bear, and for migrated firearms deer hunts. Okay, you turkeys, no, you don't need for turkeys because shotgun doesn't hardly shoot that far anyway, and you shoot toward the ground most times. You must wear a hunter orange hat and a hunter orange outer garment, such as a vest or a jacket. The hunter orange must be plainly visible from all directions. Again, inside the blind, that's crazy. A type of orange, only solid blaze is acceptable. Camouflage blaze orange does not meet the requirement. Again, that's here in Missouri. In a blind. While inside the blind, you can switch to only wearing the required hunter orange hat, but the hat must be visible from all sides. Apparently, they don't know how to use a blind right. Archery and other specifications. This requirement does not apply during archery hunting season or when hunting migrated birds or small game. So, no. Of course, we know why it's hunters are supposed to be visible, so the hunters orange makes you visible to other hunters, which is a key safety measure to prevent accidental shootings. Yeah, we get that. Right here. Here's the part I really disagree with because it's been proven this is not right. Now, I don't know why they keep putting this bull crap on here because it ain't true. It says, while deer can't see the vivid orange color, they are better at seeing motion, and orange helps other hunters identify you quickly. They see that orange because it's a block color to them when it moves, okay? They don't see the real tree or the mossy oak when it moves. It looks like a tree or a bush to them. But that block, they know that block's not natural. And so, but they can see shades. I know there's lots of research both ways. And so there you are. There's your answer about a blind. If you're not, don't tell on yourselves. A lot of people post them stupid pictures when they're in the blind. And law enforcement has been known to go through people's Facebooks and see, pictures and everything on there. So, there we go. Commander down when your computer fell. Commander down.
Commander down. Have the lid closed.
My brother wants to know. He wears an orange thong. Okay, if you're hunting the thong, then too many people are looking if you're hunting the thong anyway.
That's
okay.
Right.
Of course, where we hunt at, we don't. If it's brown, it's down. Okay, just understand. Brown, it's down.
Down.
Turd, whatever. We follow point rules.
Well, look at it on the bright side with the thong. I mean, gee whiz, if you run out of ammunition, you got a slingshot.
Banana thong, yeah. Yeah, no. And finally, we're going to cover some of the best rifles. Now, this is always subject to somebody's opinion, what they like to use, what they don't like to use. I got different styles of
Serious
rifles I use.
coming up.
My brother uses different. We all use different types of guns when we go hunting. Okay. Now, according to the Google, all right, here we go. This is the best and most common hunting rifles depend upon intended game and terrain. But top picks often include the Ruger American Rifle, Tikka TIC-3X, Bergara B14, and Browning X-Bolt. Common calibers for hunting included 30-06 Springfield, 308, 270 Winchester. All these and increasingly popular, it's getting faster and faster popular, is the 6.5 Creedmoor. Every one of these rounds has been out here where we hunt on the PIMP headquarters out here where we hunt. All three of these rounds plus the 30-30. We got a lot of brush. I recommend if you're hunting in brush, 30-30 is the way to go. It doesn't hardly the bullet don't get knocked around and stuff like that. I hunt with the 270 also, but a 270 in the where we hunt is kind of useless inside where there's a lot of brush. But my dad hunted with Creedmoor. I think my brother's hunted with Creedmoor. My son's hunted with 30-06. My brother's hunted with 308. My nephew's hunted with 308. So choose which one you want. Ruger American Rifle has been known. It's a lightweight, accurate, and reliable rifle offered at a great price. Again, that's another thing. The price, ladies and gentlemen, how much you're willing to spend on a rifle.
Yeah.
Again, your most common calibers are 30-06 which is not true. Your most common caliber is drop more deer in a caliber is the 30-30. Okay. But anyway, 30 caliber is a classic and a versatile cartridge with broad appeal and effectiveness for various North American game. A 308, a proven and effective cartridge for deer, black bear, and other medium-sized game. 270, another popular choice for deer hunting, known for its excellence in performance. Flat, and this is a flat shooting bullet too.
Yeah,
it doesn't have a lot of arc.
No.
It's fast, so that's why a lot of people use it for its accuracy. And 6.5 Creedmoor, a relatively new cartridge that has surged in popularity for its excellent ballistics, accuracy, and recoil management, making it suitable for wide range of game. Recoil management is a big thing. Some people got to have a heavy gun to take away the recoil because some people flinch when they shoot. I went through that myself for many years. I would flinch before I pull the trigger. Okay, some call it scared of the recoil, right? One way to stop that is shoot during the year. Just practice. September, start shooting. Get used to shooting that gun. Get used to the recoil. Some people switch to a heavier gun. Heavier gun has less recoil than lighter guns or a lot of caliber. So a 270 it's a kicking round. Okay, if you're in synthetic stock, hunting wood stocks to me are better to hunt with. But if you want to keep them in pristine condition, they will get scratched up in the field during the brush. All right, game, and it depends on what the terrain you're hunting. Open field, you need to make a decision. Open field. If you're hunting inside of a brush, see where we hunt, we have open field, we have pond area, and we have brush that we hunt in. Okay, and we have stands inside every one of them. And so you'll see guys with long range guns come out. You see guys with brush guns come out there. Handguns. You can hunt with handguns too in some states. Center fire, I believe. I don't know what is Dean up where you are, but well, I carry pistols not just for the deer. I carry pistols because where I hunt, we got other things there. We got big animals out here that get you, so we go prepared. And again, bolt action is the most common and reliable for hunting, but other actions like lever action and straight pull are also used, and so is automatic. Okay, so just to pick on, or just pick which one you want to hunt with, and do your research, figure out what's best for you, and that's what you hunt with. It don't have to be one of these $1,000, $2,000 rifles. So a lot of people have used spend $500-600 on a rifle and drop many deer. The scope, you might want to talk about scopes. Find you a good scope to use. Some people think Tasco's the best scope for the money. Some people like Leopold, Nikon, Bushmaster. You know, Simmons is a low grade scope. I know people that use them and shot a lot of deer with them. So I guess it's just up to you what you want to hunt with and go from there.
How deep you want to get in your pocket.
Right.
You know.
Not Dan, excuse me. He's up next. Dean, our buddy out in Ohio, says 271 is my favorite round for just about everything in North America. I love 272. I own one. Love them.
Yeah, I got mine, and I wouldn't take a farm in Texas for it. 357
mag or larger up here. Well, I carry a 357 on me and a 9mm or I carry my 45 ACP when I go out there. I carry a couple sidearms on me because, like I said, there's mountain lions, bears out here where I'm at, and I ain't playing. Okay, but 20s I just carry a big bat, but I ain't my 20s no more. I ain't got time to play with them. So, and that's another thing. You got to watch killing a mountain lion or bear. Okay, because sometimes if you can't prove that you feared for your life, they can write you a citation and lock your ass up and take your gun from that. There has people been that way. Now, a lot of times you go to court and the judge say, no. You know, you can't tell me he wasn't feared for his life. You wasn't there. You don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. I see one. I'm considering myself fear for my life. Okay, because mountain lions can climb trees and so can bears. Timbies is 300. We had a 300. Yeah, 338. My brother used out there as well. One shot, one kill. We ain't about tracking a whole bunch of, we're getting too damn old for all that tracking crap. Lions will hunt you. Ask me how I know. I already know and I know lions will hunt you. They hunt me. I got a surprise for them. Okay. Man, I got, I'm a legal gun owner, so play with me. I got the wrong attitude. I make predators into prey quickly. Whether it's pedophiles or whatever. All right, let me get rid of that off here. So, Boy, this computer. Okay. 7 mag is what he's using this year. And my brother uses all kind of different rifles and stuff. He can't settle on one. But one thing about the big caliber, if you know where they're at, boom, when it rattles, you know who shot. There's no discrepancy of who shot, what, where, where it's coming from. Something we learned in the military called perfect sight alignment, perfect sight picture. Okay. If you're able to put a deer in your scope, close your eyes, and if you open your eyes and you're off, if you're able to move your body slightly, close your eyes and you're back on target, that's half the battle. Then you can just aim it and shoot from there. Sometimes you don't have time to do all that. Perfect sight alignment, perfect sight picture, right? But your grid azimuth, which way you're shooting, know where your other hunters are. Okay, if you're hunting up in the stand, and you got guys on the ground with blind, obviously moron, don't shoot her. You'd be surprised how many stories that me and my brother heard about. So I was at a restaurant one time, we're taking a break. This is about 20-some years ago. Me and my uncles were having breakfast early morning, and we heard 2 guys from the city talking. They said, "You guys see anything?" And I said, No, we didn't. Not this morning. We're getting ready to go to another location. I said, "You guys?" They said, "No, but we got a lot of sound shots. We shot at some sounds." I say, "Hey, where are you boys hunting at?" That's why we're full. He goes, No, trust me. We don't want nowhere near where the hell you boys are hunting.
That's
Okay.
right.
Sound shots. Listen, if you can't see it in your scope or iron sights, don't pull the damn trigger if you can't identify it. But you'd be surprised how many people don't identify their target before they shoot. Okay. Also, if you're up on the stand, be careful. Know your footing. If you got 36 platform, don't try to step 4 foot. You're going to be on the ground. Well, I've had a lot of friends who fell out of a deer stand because they misjudged their footing. And my brother and I, we're big dudes. Okay. When we take up a stand, we're taking up a damn stand. So we got enough space where we can turn and move comfortably. Right. But we know our limitations and stuff. So getting in and out of a stand, if you prefer to put your backpack on and carry a rifle up and sling it and walk up, that's your business. And that works for you fine. But if you want to tie a rope on your stand and tie your bag and your gun, and when you get up or you pull the rope up to you, that's good too. We do that sometimes with our bags. We put our guns up, hand them to each other. The top guy takes both guns and the second guy climbs up. But I tie my bag to the rope sometimes and pull it up with me. That way, because that backpack, sometimes if it's heavy, and I carry a lot of stuff in mine, it'll weight backwards and pull you backwards and go up stands. Okay, I'm not about falling out of a damn deer stand. Okay, if you hunt a blind, take flashlights where you can see stuff. We go out early in the morning. We go out at 0 dark 30. Okay, and we get in there. There's other animals out there besides you, and so be careful. Watch what the hell you're doing, and remember there's other hunters. Okay, these guns will travel a long way. They might not travel a long way accurate, but accidental shots also happen. I know people that's got the window shot out of their houses by mistake. People not identifying. So kind of watch yourselves. Dean says, Marble Mountain, Washington. Me and 2 Marines were hunted by a lion out of deer hunting. I think I'd have hunted that damn lion. About the story of sound shots. He said, "Shut my mouth." I always wear a harness whenever I leave the ground. Hey, and that's exactly what the last point I was going to make. If you buy a stand up in the air and it comes with a harness, don't throw that away. Use it or keep it where somebody else can use it. If you're pretty sure-footed, whatever. But if you have the opportunity to wear one, wear one. If you're a big guy, I know Dean's a big guy. I'm a big guy. My brother Dale, and he's a big guy. They're adjustable, most of them. Sometimes they're not. But be careful when you hunt. Hunt responsibly and safely. Because you want to come home. You want to harvest. Last thing I want to cover is, check your animal. Okay. Look for point restrictions in some states. Up here in Missouri, some counties who touch each other don't have point restrictions. If you're hunting in a county, learn the point restriction. In the state of Missouri, they got to have at least 4 points on one side. Okay, at least 4 on one side. So if you're commonly shooting 8-point bucks or bigger, you're usually good. You can shoot a 7 as long as it's 4 and 3. But learn your point restriction. Okay. And remember, check them in. Don't be some of these jackasses who take them to the damn meat locker to have them processed. They ain't even checked them in yet. And then they're saying, well, they shot a 10-point buck, and look, it's a 2-point buck. Button bucks are different. Button bucks count as doe in a lot of states. Okay. But let's make sure, make sure that you check that stuff all out. Because if you're one of them guys that get caught, I'm a comedian. I'm going to make fun of you. If you're that damn dumb, you just give me free material, right? Yeah. Those ratchet straps, dry rot. They do. They do. And sometimes you got to get down and change out ratchet straps. We got a bunch of them that we're going to change out. We do sometimes on ours. Okay. But just be damn careful. My wife's a cougar. She hunts daily. Yeah. Your wife ain't nobody fuck with neither. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay. Like my wife, I was teasing her when I was out teaching one of my sons how to shoot, and she came out and said, "What are you doing?" I was teasing her. Okay. I said, "Well, what are you talking about? You don't know nothing about no hunting." She gave me a look on her face like, "Huh?" I said, "Yeah." This is called a rifle. This is a buttstock. This is a trigger. This is the barrel. She snatched it out of my hand and put 2 in the black. You can lay a dime over her shot. Okay. Hand her right back to me. She says, "Any questions?" I said, "No, ma'am." Not
All
one
is good.
question.
All is good.
No questions whatsoever at any time.
No.
Okay. And she said, "Remember that." And she's right. I have. I never forgot it. Okay. So I don't play with her. I mean, I'm not one of the guys who'll beat up my wife anyway. I don't believe in that crap. And I couldn't run fast to get over her anyway because she'd say, "Oh, go ahead and run."
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's about 300 yards. That's a good shot. In the back, right in the fatty part of my ass where she's shooting.
Knock you limp in the dirt.
Yeah. And so well, I hope the guys that helped you all out about the mystery of orange. Some states have some laws about orange. Where I agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. That's the law.
Yeah.
I think it's silly. A lot of times orange, I believe deer can see orange. The evidence and stuff that I've did is true. If I don't wear orange, like for example, bow hunting. Okay. Bow hunting, you don't have to wear orange. They come right up to us. I mean, they walk right underneath our stand. You shoot down at them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time deer season, they're out there further. They won't come down the same path because they know we got orange. If you take the orange off, they come up to you. That's all I'm saying. You guys can be a judge or whatever you want, but it's a safety rule, so they want you to wear it. Put it in your backpack. Put your vest in there and your hat. Yep. And you have it all year round. Some people wear ball caps. Some people wear beanie hats. My brother and I, we've hunted all kind of weather. State of Missouri, it's wild hunting. Some years we had to paint our faces and our arms to get darker, right? Because of the sunshine. We were hunting in T-shirts and sweating. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's in November. And then sometimes we had to wear long sleeve shirts and a freaking coat to go hunting in November sometimes because it's frost. So it's bizarre crap. I remember one year I took a camouflage blanket and I was curled up in the blanket. My dog was laying underneath my stand and I was out there in our honey hole we used to have a sweet pot where 8 or 9 deer come in at once. Not just 1 or 2 crap. We'd have 8 or 9 like a convoy coming in, right? But it'd be cold. And sometimes it's warm. And of course, now they got extra hunting seasons. I know here in Missouri, you can hunt antlerless deer for a couple of days in October with your firearm. Even though November 15th starts deer season, firearm season in Missouri, crossbow can cross over. You can use crossbow, whatever. And I know, check your bucks. We're only allowed two bucks in all seasons combined here in Missouri. Okay, and believe me, they're a stickler on that. You do not want to try to pull off any crap. You get one during high powered rifle season, and then one during alternate season, or bow season, or whatever season you got that you're legally supposed to shoot bucks. You only get 2 the whole time. I think that's crazy. They say there's a shortage of deer out here. There ain't no shortage of damn deer where I live.
No.
They're abundant. I've got trail cam videos, which I'm going to be checking again tomorrow. I've got 6-8 deer on one screen, okay, eating out of one spot. That's just one area, not to mention other areas. So there's no shortage of deer, but, people, they believe they are, so they charge money for it. Hottest I've ever hunted, Dean said, was 90s. Coldest is -60 wind chill. Yeah, I've never hunted -60, but I've hunted cold. Okay.
Yeah.
But as older I get, the less I'm hunting when it's cold. I just won't do it. Okay. I just, refuse to do it when it's bitter cold anymore. I used to like hunting in the snow. Snow made it so much easier to see.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't hardly snow here in November, Missouri. A lot of times it's late December, January before it snows. Okay. And I'm glad we don't hunt in February because February is cold. Okay. February's cold, the wind's blowing. It's goofy. But we've been known to go squirrel hunting and rabbit hunting. So whatever. But you guys be safe out there. Commander, anything you
Yes.
want to add to the hunting? Any advice you want to give?
Just be careful when you get out of this season. Try and get familiar with your weapon before you go. Me, I've got my old reliable that I've used for since Moses was a baby. It's my little Winchester 94 lever action. I killed more deer with that than anything else in the world. And where I hunt at, if you're shooting over 100 yards, you're a long shot. So, but I've got other guns in case I get to go somewhere else where it's more open. But just obey the laws. Be safe out there. You get up in your stand, like Richie said earlier, and you got a harness, like Dean said, he wears his. I wear mine. Put it on. I mean, ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. I mean, it's a lot better than the alternative of getting a broken bone or worse. So just be careful. If you hunt on public land, good gravy. Be careful where you go at. You got everything in the world out there coming up out of the big cities and stuff that just they don't even think. I was down at Buffalo, down at between Kingston and Polo years ago, setting up there over Shoal Creek on Tall Ridge. About that time, I heard a rifle shot, and the bark flew off the tree just above my head. I got up, packed up my crap, jumped up and down, flapped my arms. I don't know where it came from. I wanted to make sure I was whistling Dixie, singing, everything. Last time I ever hunted on public land. No, I don't go there no more.
No, I get it.
Just be careful.
One other thing you shouldn't do is I know a lot of people have real antlers that we rattle. I carry real antlers myself.
Yep.
Please, for the love of God, don't be a smart ass and tie them to your head.
Oh, there was a guy that got killed doing that one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know the story I'm talking about. That's happened more than once. Not only did he put the his antlers on his head, he's wearing brown Carhartt coveralls. Now, whoever shot at him apparently didn't use them, identified in your scope before you shoot it. And nevertheless, he died. But
identify your target. Make sure you got a good bullet stop. Okay, in case you miss.
But don't trust your neighbor that they'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
put your antlers in your bag. Put them in your freaking bag. Okay. It's not funny, but it is because
it is.
What do you expect to happen? He didn't have no orange on either. He had on brown Carhartt coveralls and had their racks hanging from him like he's a goofball. Okay. Now the guy that shot him got in a boatload of trouble.
Yeah.
And he should have, rightfully so. But don't trust your neighbor is a good ethical hunter. Okay. Right here, we got good neighbors right here where I hunt. We know them all. We watch out for one another. But some places don't, especially in public areas. I've heard so many stories about the public areas out there. I've heard people being out there, they go out there, they're drinking a lot of beer out there. And I drink beer as well as the next guy. But listen, if you don't need a six to 8 beers when you're deer hunting.
Yeah, don't do alcohol at all when you're hunting.
No.
Guns and booze don't mix.
Listen, if you're in a deer stand and you're drunk, fall out, I'm gonna make fun of you. I'm gonna laugh. It's your fault. You're stupid, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay. That being said, Commander, you want to give us a closing, please?
Yes, I will. Good show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Listen, you have value. You're worth something. The weather's going to start getting cooler. Get outside, enjoy nature. Get out there and take long walks and just soak in God's creation. You've just good place to unwind. just release everything that's all bottled up in there and just relax and just enjoy nature. I don't care if I catch anything, don't care if I get anything when I'm hunting. It's just good to enjoy the quiet and just all of nature that's all around you. You have value, you're worth something. If you get in that dark place, pick up the phone, call somebody. Somebody will listen. You have value. Take care of yourself. You made it today, you can make it tomorrow. So just hang in there and be strong.
Well said, brother. Well said. I'm gonna piggyback up what you say. You are not worthless. You have value unless you're a child molester, and then you got nothing, right? Unless you're somebody who wants to chop up somebody's video and lie about what was said on there, you're an idiot, and we will find you. And
Yeah.
So shut your pie hole up. If you're going to help out, look up missing persons and see if you can identify some of these missing people and spread the damn word around. Check on your neighbors. Check on your neighbors. Your veteran neighbors, your civilian neighbors, whatever. Check on them. Make sure that they're doing all right. Winter is a bad time. Winter and between now and like spring and April, the suicide rate goes up a little bit. I know more toward March and April, more so because of cabin fever. But a lot of people don't like winter. Some people do. Some people can't stand the heat. They love fall. Fall's a beautiful time, right? Spring, if it wasn't so rainy, it'd be a beautiful time, right? I love summer. I love all the seasons. Some of you just got prepared for. But just be safe. Be careful. Figure out what you're doing out there. Don't shoot everybody. Be nice. Commander should come hunting with us one time. He should. We'll put him in a nice place. Thank you, Paranormal Research. By the way, they go back and look at the Comedy Vets on Saturday. Paranormal Beyond Life Paranormal Research Team. 2 of the members came out and went through my house, tried to get photos and stuff. He's trying to solve a debate between me and my wife, and my daughter. So far, the debate hadn't been solved. As a matter of fact, as of right now, I'm kind of winning because nothing appeared. We got no ghosts or anything like that. None of the lights went off and things like that. But all the evidence ain't in. Okay. But it's a great time. You learned a lot about the process, what they're doing. One thing I would tell you about paranormal investigation, they're not freaking ghost hunters. They don't even like to be called that. Okay. There's no specific uniform they wear. There's no caliber weapon they can take. They don't have to wear okay. There's no licensing they got to get. They're not freaking hunters. They're not hunting for shit. They ain't the Ghostbusters. So, but the good people that came out. So anyway, as soon as he's done, get some time, he's going to get the rest of the footage, get it to me so we can solve the debate there. But guys, appreciate y'all. Take care of one another. It's time. We've got enough crap going on the news. My God, all these political shootings going on. You don't like somebody.
Oh, come on.
This is ignorant. This is people hate ICE and shooting. I guess there's a big shooting in Texas and stuff. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. You know, people have a list of people they want killed. It's stupid. My thing, if you ever watch the show, what I said was, and that's what I'll say it again, if you have a list and you're going to support that, then I got a list, is what I said. Okay. So if you're going to quote me accurately, please. Right. But lists are stupid. We don't need them. Stop the killing one another. If we can't get along and feed each other, then we can agree to disagree and go on our merry way.
There you go. Simple as that.
We all have something in common, right? We all bleed blood red. We all have to have oxygen to survive. Okay. So find a common ground. You know, I'm not saying you got to go hang out with people and party with them, but have enough civility to understand you might be different than me. Help me. Me and my brother Dale on here, we agree on we agree on certain things and we disagree on certain things. And you know, thank God we both got enough common sense not to be shooting each other because we got a lot of round. Woo, it'd be like World War III. But we know we disagree. And still be fine. That's just part of it. Me and Commander. There's just a lot of things me and Commander disagree on.
Yeah, that's okay.
We're not burning each other's house down, flipping cars over, you know, talking crap. I mean, a lot of people, you know, just.
Yeah, have some respect for your neighbor.
And I know there's a new term called people on the list. I got a list because they call it receipts. They got a list. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Shout out to all the guys that help put this on. We appreciate you guys. Next week, Dan Landy is going to be on the show, and he's going to do some conspiracy theory things, okay, and more toward about what the government does. All right, so look forward to that. It's going to be his first time doing a show on any podcast that I've ever been on. He's been a guest on there, but next week it's gonna be interesting. See some of the conspiracy theories. What he's got to say. That doesn't mean you have to agree with him. It's just a conspiracy. He's going to try to make some better, try to convince people one thing or what they believe. I'm always up for good conspiracy. I don't always have to believe them, but like the one about Elvis. I got people to swear Elvis is still alive. Damn good and well Elvis ain't alive. And that old boy in Arkansas is not Elvis.
No,
okay. He's not. Okay, they can cut that crap right now. First of all, there's 20 years age difference. It's impossible. Anyway, that being said, guys, I'm Richie King, Bad Man of Comedy. Thank Comedy Vets. Thank you, Comedy Vets on Facebook, Comedy Vets on YouTube, and Backwoods Veterans Media, based out of Oregon. Thank you guys so much. On behalf of the Commander, American Legion Post, everywhere, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next week, guys, be careful, be safe. October's coming. It's going to be here before you know it. I think we got one more
week.
No, next Wednesday is October.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next time you see us, guys, it'll be October. It's my birth month. It's turkey season. The whole month's turkey season, boys. So you got a lot of time to get out in that field if that's what you do. If not, sit and look at the pictures of other people bringing them in. But guys, take care of yourselves. We'll see you. Root for your favorite football team.
There you
go. We will ours. Enjoy yourself.